Hi, my name is Frank Valentic and welcome to our Advantage Property Market Update. Well, the Melbourne market started with a slow volume of auctions. There was about 250 to 500 auctions the first few weekends, but there weren't slow results. It picked up where it left off last year. We're at an auction in Thornbury and Normanby Avenue, potential development site for a developer of ours, and the property went off like a firecracker. There were 6 developers fighting for it. It sold for a whopping $385,000 above the reserve for $1,645,000. It was only about 650 square metre land, well above our client's budget, and the reserve was $1,250,000. We saw another strong result in Blythe Street, Murrumbeena, where 2 Chinese buyers fought it out for a property that was on about 730 square metres of land. It sold for $1,421,000. It was $171,000 above reserve again, showing that there's strong demand for land. Land is king at the moment. Speaking of foreign developers, they now account for 38% of purchases of all development sites. This is a new landscape. We haven't seen this before 5 to 10 years ago, and this is one of the main reasons we're seeing an oversupply, because there are so many developers in Melbourne. Foreign buyers are loving the fact that the Australian dollar is so favourable and they've got extra money, which is an unfair advantage against our local developers trying to get into the market. Well, what about the growth in Melbourne? Jeremy Howe, Collingwood footballer, recently sold a townhouse in Melbourne Growth in Elwood for $1,395,000. It made $465,000 in only 3.5 years, and that was a townhouse, not even a house site. So even some of the townhouses are getting some strong growth. There was an interesting one in Bourke Street Reservoir, which recently sold for over $1 million. And we bought a property for a client 3 years ago for $495,000 down the road. Our client decided it wasn't the right time to buy and pulled out of that purchase. They would have doubled their money in a period of around 4 years, 3 to 4 years. So showing how quickly the Melbourne market can move. People are really getting to renovating. 62% of home buyers renovated their premises in the last 12 months. This is up from 57% a few years ago. And maybe shows like The Block and My House Rules are adding to people, favouring renovating rather than going out spending all this extra money on stamp duty and having to upgrade their homes further. So there was a recent study showing whether it would be better to rent or to buy. That's sort of age-old debate. And in all capital cities in Australia, it worked out more financially favourable to buy versus renting. And that's what a lot of people are trying to do, is get into the market. But if they can't get into the market, they're becoming rent investors now. So a number of our clients are buying investment properties to get into the market because they can't afford to buy what they want to live in, and then they're renting where they want to live. Don't forget about our upcoming events. We've got our Investors Club, and also we've got some free tickets for the Melbourne Property Expo, where we'll be speaking on all 3 days. So get on our website to grab those free tickets. They're limited. And also check out information about our popular Buyers Advocate, Sellers Advocate, Property Management and Owners Corporation services and group block purchases. We'll see you next time.